Minnesota has one of the worst education achievement gaps in the country between black and white students.
Studies showing students of color stay in school longer if they have a teacher of color. In tonight's Voices for Change, Maury Glover shows us how a relatively new nonprofit is trying to get more black male teachers into the classroom.
I just love working with kids. They are awesome. They're a joy to work with.
For the last 8 years, Mr. Ted has schooled second graders on a variety of subjects at North Park School for Innovation in Columbia Heights.
Now I'm going to change this to another diagraph.
But just by being in the classroom, he may be teaching them one of the most important lessons he can.
I just love building connections, relationships with the students, and just watching them grow. That makes me happy.
Mr. Ted graduated from the University of Minnesota with a degree in biology. But after working in after-school programs and seeing the impact an African-American man could have on students of color, he fell in love with the idea of being a teacher.
I feel that our students are more connected to me and they're more motivated to learn. And the fact that they see somebody else, like somebody that looks like them, makes them want to be like you.
Mr. Ted is one of more than 60 African-American men in fellowships with an organization called Black Men Teach. Its goal is to increase representation of teachers of color in Minnesota by recruiting and retaining black male educators, particularly in elementary schools.
Black men across K-12 education in Minnesota are virtually non-existent.
Executive Director Marcus Flynn says of the roughly 63,000 active teachers in Minnesota, only about 220, or less than half of 1%, are black men. Flynn says studies show black students who have a teacher of color are more likely to graduate from high school and go to college.
We want to create that pathway. We want to make sure that there's this influx so that we can have an adequate representation of black men in the classroom, right? So we know we have to work a lot at the high school level and college level to just build that pipeline.
Flynn says Black Men Teach starts in high school by getting young men to understand teaching is a viable career. At the college level, it provides financial support, while its teaching fellowship places the men in different schools and helps them pay off their student loans or gives them retention bonuses.
The reason that you see young black students wanting to be rappers, singers, sports stars, because the market is incredible. Last time I checked, they ain't marketing and teaching like that. They had the same commercials and highlight reels of teachers. I bet people would think about it differently.
Keon Lewis is in his first year teaching second grade in the same district where he was once a student.
Picture helps always, right?
Lewis says he heard about Black Men Teach while he was in college at Minnesota-St University, Mankato, where he was one of the few black men in the education program.
In college, they were able to support me with scholarships and then also stipends while I was student teaching. So that definitely alleviated the pressures of pay and things like that during that time. They really helped me finish out those years in college strong rather than having to, work multiple jobs to stay afloat.
Now he's one of 3 black male teachers at North Park.
I've just said it's a brotherhood, just to have teachers around here that look like you, that you can talk with, just at events, things like that, just to know that you have people that are supporting your same cause and that are with you on this journey has been amazing.
In addition to mentoring young African-American teachers like Lewis, Mr. Ted hopes he will also inspire some of his students of color to one day consider a career in the classroom.
Any black teacher in the classroom helps connect with that black and brown student. And for me, having those black and brown students connect to you will in turn have them more motivated to learn and more motivated to work hard for you, and in turn be successful in the classroom and hopefully grow up to be the next teachers.
For Voices for Change, Maury Glover, Fox 9.